Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Yevamos Kuf Beis 102. We have an interesting question over here. We have two things in the Mishnah. There's two ways of doing chalisa, right? Minal and a sandal. What is a minal? What is a sandal? Rashi in the Mishnah says a minal is soft leather, a sandal is hard leather. I mean, it's confusing because a sandal, usually, minal is usually translated by art school as like a sandal that we commonly think of as a sandal. And a sandal is a regular shoe, a stronger shoe. I want to go back on that. It seems the Gemara over here that minal is not lechatchila. The Gemara in Kuf Beis and Aleph is a machlokas whether it's lechatchila or not. But the minhag is to do with sandal. A sandal, the Mishnah says, it has an akev, right? If it has an akev, not. What is an akev? It means a heel. And our school translates it as sole, but that's not what akev means. Akev means your heel. Heels, right? What do you do chalitza with? You take off a woman's shoe from the man's foot because that's what a woman's shoe represents. A man's shoes represent his wife. When you take off a shoe, you're removing that wife from you, and she's a potential wife, this Yevamos. So when you take off, you're supposed to buy a woman's shoe. He has to own it, and right, because in a sense he owns the woman because there is a zikas yibmin, and then she takes it off his foot. So there's a heel. A sandal is a heel, because that's what a sandal really is. A sandal, most of the top of the leg is uncovered in a sandal. Maybe you have one strap, two straps, but most of the top of the leg is uncovered. As opposed to a minal. A minal is a regular shoe, which covers the top of the foot, right? It could be a loafer, it could be something maybe with laces, but it covers the type of foot. So it's a more casual type of look. Heel is obviously a more formal type of look. So the minhag is to do it with a sandal to give more kavod and respect to this woman that she's a higher standard, and still he's doing chalitza to her. That's why the minhag is to do it with a sandal, and that's borne out also because the Gemara says, what's the reason that you shouldn't use a minal, right? Is an opinion you're not supposed to use a minal lechatchila. Why not? So the Gemara says, Gzeira d'Rabbanan, either because you're going to use chatzi minal, or you're going to use a minal merupat, right? Which is going to be minal merupat. Our school translates is going to tear. Right, so it's going to tear. So it seems if it tears, you see it's a problem. But then the Gemara later on, at the bottom of Kuf Beis and Aleph says, has a case of Shnei Boy Rabbianai Karasu Mao Srafasu Mo. Right, if she's wearing, presumably it means a sandal, right? You ripped it. You ripped the sandal off her foot, right? Or you burnt it. You didn't take the shoe off. You ripped it off of her foot. I mean, probably you ripped the actual sandal. So if marupa, it's xero by minal, it's xera because you might rip it, and if you rip it over there, it's for sure a puzzle. So why is it not puzzle over here? And the Gemara leaves it out on the teku over here. And similar than that, the Gemara has another question right after that. Right, two shoes on top of each other, right? It seems like from the Gemara also that that kriya would not be a problem. How do you reconcile these Gemaras? So I want to say that's what it is. A sandal, right, is a heels that women wear. The top of the foot is uncovered. You might have a strap there. You might have, I think it's presently in vogue right now to wear these like heels with like straps wrapped around the foot, many straps around. I think they're called slapback heels or something like that. But anyway, the point is that the top of the foot is uncovered. So to rip that it's already exposed. The foot is already exposed. So to rip that is not really a problem. A minal, you're ruining the shoe because when you rip it, you're presumably ripping it from the top. And when you rip it from the top, you're ruining it. It was made to be covering the entire foot, even the top of the foot. When you rip it, it's sure a problem. That's how I would explain and answer the question over here. That would be a big chiddush. I'd like to suggest over here, if you look in the pictures, what people actually use nowadays for chalitza. Chalitza is done. Right? You can't do yibum nowadays. We possibly have to do chalitza, but chalitza has to be done. They use a shoe that looks eerily similar to a type of heel that are worn by women nowadays. So this is what led me to do this. It does say that it has to belong to the man, but it just means he has to buy a woman's shoe, put on the woman's shoe, and the woman takes that shoe off. That would be the explanation of minal and sandal. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you tomorrow.